Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, then we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin for our chart. So yes, the line in the sand has been fully and formally broken. This $30,000 level. Obviously losing that, you can see we've had our most aggressive drop down from that point, kind of indicating it was an important level, which yeah, now we are below. You'll probably notice the title in the video is now bearish, but yeah, a very aggressive wick down here. Even to the low $25,000, obviously having a little bit of a bounce here. Could this be a capitulation low? It possibly could be. It possibly could be. The next area of major support is if we go over to the daily, you can see where it is. Well, let's get rid of these. Can't use my charts at the moment. The next level of support is coming from this area down here, and then obviously we've got the next very major one around that $20,000. So obviously we've hit this interim level, wicked below that and bounced back up. This is the next kind of major level. So obviously if we are to continue with this sell-off, then yeah, that'll be the next target. And obviously not that it's gonna turn us bullish, but if we want to go potentially neutral again, obviously getting back above this old support, new resistance level is clearly going to be the target. But obviously could potentially be a difficult ask. I mean, realistically, again, all I keep saying is that we are kind of following the stock market. Apart from now, there seems to be a bit of a coordinated attack against crypto. Maybe some players with other interests trying to attack certain stable coins. Obviously Coinbase coming out with FUD, basically saying that basically saying it's not your keys, not your crypto, which is what people have been saying in crypto forever anyway. So that kind of goes without saying. But obviously the boomers don't want to hear that, and then it's just general tough times, cascades of liquidations. It's a highly leveraged market, this crypto market is, and wild things going on. So are we at peak FUD? Who knows? But like I said, we are kind of following the stock market, and obviously, like I said, a lot of this recent move has been crypto specific FUD, which is why obviously crypto has now been getting whacked probably more than the stock market has on a relative basis, adjusted for volatility. And yeah, you can see the S&P is now basically below this important level, this important $4,000 level, and into the next zone. So the question is, can the S&P hold this area here? These are the two main levels for that people are looking at. Obviously one was 4,000, one is 3,700. Can we basically hold above 3,700? We're a lot of pain away from that level now at the moment. But I mean, if we come down here and trade below, that is a point where I cannot see the Fed is going to come in and going to pivot, because this is going to be absolute massive destruction to the economy, to asset prices, and yeah, I mean this will certainly tame inflation. Put it that way, it will certainly tame inflation. So yes, not an ideal scenario this morning. Even our beloved Ethereums, it did lose an important level. We have got another level down here that we could extend across, another important level. As you can see, brought from here. I mean, we're bringing these levels back into play. It's never good when you're extending levels across from such a long time back in time. It shows that the market is getting whacked. Even what was looking good, what was like the one shining light for us Ethereum enthusiasts, there was obviously some major liquidation event for someone that was obviously very bullish of Ethereum. They clearly puked out that position. That is obviously what happened here. So yes, as we extend this along though, this was the well, a level of support. This was a major level here. We obviously sliced straight through that, and we're looking to try and maintain back this. So to be honest, relative to Bitcoin, certainly, this does look a very good time to buy. Ethereum is the far superior asset, in my opinion, to Bitcoin, and ultimately we have the merge making it an even far superior asset, which is clearly going to drive this higher and probably Ethereum into the #1 position. Ultimately, some big calls there, and like I said, this, in my opinion, has to be some big Ethereum sort of hedge fundy investor buyer who was just literally puking that Ethereum position. I mean, and obviously then it was getting whacked relative to Bitcoin there. They obviously saw the market just tanking generally, and then whacked that obviously into dollars, sold that Ethereum into dollars, but obviously that accelerated Ethereum against BTC. But nonetheless, I think this is a very good buying opportunity. So make of that what you will. We don't normally make calls. I don't normally say things like that. But yes, this is the world we live in. Yeah, so let's have a look at the DXY. DXY not doing too much in the context of what is going on here. Obviously it's grinding up, but it's not making any aggressive moves up. This has to be stopped. Ultimately, this has to be stopped. Otherwise, like, yeah, global recession, stroke depression, and you're gonna get not much inflation in that environment. I am telling you. Also, as you can see, the 10-year is pricing in this in as well. The 10-year is pricing in. Basically the fact that they don't think the Fed is going to make it to the 3% plus that it was that the market was pricing in. And I've been saying all along, just ridiculous for the market to be pricing in a Fed's fund rate of about of 3% or just above. Ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's just never going to happen. I don't understand. I mean, I guess what I do understand about markets is that the trend is your friend, and basically you sort of get bubbles, things kind of go further in a direction than they should. So whilst that is what that market indicates, it's in much the same way that pets.com with its valuation indicates whatever that indicates, which clearly wasn't the case. The Fed fund futures and obviously the bond market, the 10-year particularly, was pricing in certain things that are not going to happen, basically. So yeah, that's markets for you. That's trading. This is why we do it. If the market was efficient and was perfectly priced, then there wouldn't really be much of anything to do, would there? Gold also, again, a liquidity play here. Actually not looking as bad as it could do, but then like I said, whilst there's carnage going on in the crypto market, the stock market is in a relatively orderly descent at present. It has not had a capitulation moment like stocks have. But yeah, gold obviously, I mean, like I said, gold's got to hold 1840, got to hold this support level. If it doesn't hold 1840, then gold is very likely going to see 1600s. People are going to capitulate on this asset also. Not just the people that are driving it down now on liquidity. There is going to then be the people that have bought it just thinking it's going to go up, that don't need to sell for liquidity, but are just going to sell because the trade is no longer working out. Yes, oil still in the sideways range. I mean, oil is a difficult one because oil is not going to come too far lower, and by too far lower I mean if we do hit a global recession stroke depression, honestly, about $60, this $60 to $70 range, it ain't going lower than that, just because of the supply constraints because of the ESG BS going on. And yeah, pretty much you can pretty much hold me to that. We'll even put not that holding to me that actually does anything, but yeah, we'll put a level in here. And I would even write in if I could be bothered, but oil basically isn't ever going below here. Even if it went below here on a relative dollar basis, those dollars are going to be worth less, so the actual dollar value won't be less than here. If we do break down from here, isn't going below here, but for a lot of the interim, I do think it's going to probably just trade sideways in this range, basically. And yeah, that is that. Maybe we get some wicks above, some wicks below, a few weeks above, a few weeks below. But until obviously we have peace in the world, yeah, this is where we're probably going to be. What else do you want to look at? I mean, food literally starting to make a march back upwards, as you can see there. Soybeans never really came down. But yeah, yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at, I mean, we can look at stochastics. All I can say to you is that, they're obviously getting cooked, and we're just waiting for these, we literally, like I keep saying, I don't know where the price will be, but we are basically waiting for, pretty much this 5-day and this 3-day to turn back up and get some momentum, particularly the 5-day. We are obviously a fan here of the 5-day. That will feed through eventually to the weekday, the weekly, and then the bi-weekly can try and turn up. But that, I think that is our next major signal. Once this gets going, 5-day and weekday, 5-day and weekly even. Don't know why I keep saying weekday, because I think I'm saying 5-day and then the weekday. That is why. When this turns back up, then yeah, we can see potentially even see a bottom. We could potentially see a macro low then, and then we'll be going on to our next new all-time highs. But until then, it's going to be either downwards or sideways. Downwards or sideways. It is a time to try and be accumulating if you can, DCAing in. That's all I'll say. I mean, this week has been the first time I've ever put any fiat back in to crypto since 2016-17. So we are literally talking 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. And yeah, that is how I am seeing things. So not much else I can really say here. Also, I mean, for you guys out there, maybe you don't have an ability to put extra fiat in. Airdrop hunting. Whilst obviously there is an arms race, there is an airdrop hunting arms race going on at the moment, with obviously the projects that will need to release tokens, and then the anti-Sybil obviously measures they're taking for obviously the airdrop hunters. What I will say is, it's like, if you the best anti-Sybil technique to at least get more than one airdrop, maybe you can't get like 200 or 300, but to get more than one, is just to use the multiple accounts. Use lots of accounts for lots of different things. I mean, if you buy something, if you're going to buy some more, do whatever DeFi, whatever thing you're doing, just send it to a new account and then just do it on there. Fair enough, you might pay a bit more extra gas fees, especially if you're on Ethereum. But I mean, if you're doing things on Arbitrum and Optimism, which is, and ZSync, and which is where you would be doing them at the moment if you're airdrop hunting, looking for the L2, if you're doing that, then the fees are very much anyway. So you have like your one initial fee, you get your money over there, you bridge it over to Arbitrum, Optimism, ZSync, whatever, and then your fees are low anyway. So it doesn't even matter if you have fragmented. Just do your things, spread your things through different accounts, because those accounts then just look like normal, mature accounts that people are using, not just brand new ones set up for the purpose of airdrop hunting. And then, yeah, like I said, you won't necessarily be able to get 200 or 300 airdrops, and you won't be able to set up 200 or 300 accounts and then use them all. Well, most people won't, but then maybe you can get like, say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of the airdrops. Who knows? That is the best thing. So, but like I'm saying, that is another way you can make money in crypto, and get some funds. Lots of people back in the day got a big win on the Uniswap airdrop, the initial Uniswap. They were trading with not a lot of funds, and they got a big win. A lot of people got a big win on the DYDX airdrop. Not necessarily trading with much. You didn't have to be trading. I knew people that put on $10 trades on DYDX, and that's it, and then just never looked at it again, and then basically got, one in particular where by the time he cashed out, bearing in mind it would have been $30,000, by the time he saw it and cashed out, it was $14,000-$15,000. So yeah, it is a legitimate way in crypto to make money. So even if you're getting wrecked here, there are ways back in. There are ways to get your buy-in back if that is what you are wanting to do. So yeah, there you go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.